Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my second video of today. It's been a little while since I've done two videos in one day, but if you guys haven't already checked it out, I actually did a little team of the season pack opening. I don't want to say who I got, but it'd be worth going to check it out. It's definitely a cool video, quite fun to watch, and I hope you guys can go over there and enjoy that too. But we're here for some career mode goodness, and we've got a really solid team at the moment. You can just take a look at the lineup: 91, 89, 83. That's my attacking three at the moment. I really look forward to see how well Muriel progresses over the next few games, and mainly just until the pretty much to the next season. I mean, I think we're in October at the moment, I want to say. So November is coming up soon, and then we have the January transfer window. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for the January transfer window, mainly just because a lot of the players I have at the moment, I really don't have any intentions on selling. I know Lucas Leiva does want to leave the club. He said he's just not enjoying it here. He doesn't like the food, he doesn't like the culture, all that stuff, and so he looks like he'd probably be on his way out in in the January transfer window. Another player I've kind of thinking about getting rid of is Asaidi. Asaidi, he's a good player, but he's been getting injured so much. Not to mention he is, I think, like I want to say 26 now, and that's not old by any means, but I would there's definitely wingers that I'd rather play ahead of him. But that was a really solid goal there from Sturridge. On the first time with his left foot, he just takes it past the keeper and scores. That was a really nice goal. I thought I get really lucky with there. Everyone was flying all over the place. It was a complete mosh pit really at the goal, but unfortunately for them, they didn't score. Fortunately for me, I didn't concede. A nice cut back inside, and that sort of goal should be finished all the time, but it wasn't. Fortunately, we were ahead, so it didn't cost me too much, but still, that was a bad goal to miss out on. Sterling there had the lowest fitness out of everyone, so obviously he would get swapped out instantly. Barini there, I decided to swap him for Muriel. We were in a good place. We had a goal or two, so we were feeling comfortable, and I felt as though I could bring on Barini. I didn't really want any injuries whatsoever coming up next, but they do manage to get one to bring it in back to a 1-goal difference, and that kind of got me on edge again. I started to focus a little bit more, try and bring it back just a bit, because the last thing I want to do is throw away a 2-0 lead. I mean, it is possible. I've done it a few times, but it's just absolutely disastrous. A great over-the-top through ball there, and they flipped it up. I mean, that really should have been a goal there. Don't get me wrong, it was two really nice efforts. They definitely gave me a run for my money there, but it was just so unlucky they weren't able to do anything about it. But there it was, 2-2 through Callum. The former Chelsea player manages to pick up the equalizer, and it ended up being 2-2. So I drew against the team that was bottom of my group table, which is a little disappointing. I would have definitely liked to have seen 3 points come out of that, and it's important that I start picking up 3 points against a team like Lille, just because I really do want that first place in the group. But I suppose we'll just have to wait and see how everyone else does against each other. I kind of hope that Basel beat Juventus, but I'm a little bit skeptical of something like that. But like I said, we'll see how it all pans out. I mean, it could have been worse. We could have lost, but we had a game against Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs, and they are a good side. They've got some quality players. I'm actually terrified of Sigurdsson and Dembele in their team. I know they obviously have Bale. Bale is, you can deal with him relatively easy on FIFA. I find that, in real life, he seems a lot better than he does on FIFA. Don't get me wrong, when I play with him on FIFA, he's solid, but I'm talking about when the computer plays with Bale. They never really seem to get him into the game too much, but Sigurdsson and Dembele are my nightmares. I cannot stand playing against those players. They seem so good on the ball. They seem to have this pace that I don't know where they get them from. They're not exactly the fastest players, but they just seem so good when it comes to the ball control, and a really nice run for them from the Spurs player there, and the keeper makes a great double save to make sure they didn't score at that time. So I was feeling good about that. I decided Mvia would be the man to play ahead of Lucas Leiva ever since he said that he wasn't really wanting to stay at the club. I figured, what's the point in playing someone that doesn't want to be playing anyway? So Mvia is getting the game time, and he deserves it as well. He's an 86 rated player, so I feel as though he's kind of he's worthy of that first place defensive mid spot, and we actually end up tying it up there. A really nice effort on goal, and we managed to make it 1-1. So the game was still on. A great ball through a great ball through from Jovetic, and he was a little bit disappointing with that finish. Most of the time Jovetic is a top class finisher. He wasn't able to put that away first time, but fortunately the rebound went straight to his feet, and we end up making it 2-1, which is solid. To come from 1-0 down to make it 2-1 is always fine and dandy, but I have to admit, a little bit nervous, and we weren't playing that well. An absolute wonder strike from Jovetic on his right foot, just clips the to kind of the bottom of the crossbar, which was a little bit unlucky on my part, but We had to get on with it. We had to move on. We were 2-1 up, so it was just attack, attack, attack from there. A cut back inside from Sturridge, and his left foot is just insane. Lays it off to Mvia. Unfortunately, Mvia wasn't able to get the shot off there, but nevertheless, it was still a good opportunity, a good piece of attacking play. And 2-1 up, I had to start playing, you know, once we did our bit of attacking, there were some substitutions that came on. They actually brought on Dembele for Sigurdsson, so fortunately, imagine if both of them had been on, both my nightmares would have come alive right there. But you know, Sigurdsson scored their first goal, their only goal, and I was lucky that Dembele wasn't on at the same time. I know they kind of play similar roles, I want to say, and I was just glad that nothing extreme happened there, because definitely Spurs are a team that could easily take points off me. But I had a game against Wigan, and to anyone who is watching this on the, hold on a second, on the 11th of May on Saturday, Wigan are actually playing Manchester City at the moment. The game will be over by the time this goes up, most likely. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out in the FA Cup final. But I did have a game against them. This was in the Premier League. I wanted to sort out my team. I needed to make some substitutions. Not everyone was feeling that great. A lot of people low on injury, low on fitness, and I had a few players injured. Still got Alexandro injured, but he should be coming back from injury relatively soon. Asaide is still out on injury. He's on a 3-month injury. I swear he's been injured more than he's actually been not injured in the time that I've had him, which has been kind of disappointing. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking a look at him when it comes around to the January transfer window. Some early scrappage goes on right at the beginning of the game, and we unfortunately weren't able to capitalize on that and go 1-0 up. But still, we were playing some solid football, and we really wanted to see something come of it. You know, playing early on is really my strength in this game, I feel. Whenever I play on career mode, I feel as though I tend to score a goal within the first 20 minutes or something along those lines, very early on in the game anyways. But Wigan actually missed the opening chance. That was literally a one-on-one with the keeper. Admittedly, it was a bit of a hard shot to take, but still, that should be a goal for most professional players. A great goal there from Jovetic. You can just see the way he kind of dribbled around the defender and then dribbled to open up his body so he could take it with his, I think that was his left foot, and he curled it around the keeper. That was just a quality goal. We went 2-0 up, and we were planning on making that 3-0. Well, that was certainly Sturridge's game plan, as he manages to do that himself. And 3-0 up, feeling very comfortable throughout the entirety of this game. I didn't really feel any threat besides that opening chance from Wigan. You know, they did play well. They did manage to get that opening chance, but besides that, there really wasn't anything from them. And we looked for 4-0, and it came in the form of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as he takes on the keeper at near post to make it a 4-0 victory. That is just a slamming. We picked you up, we slammed you down, and it was actually Lucas Leiva who I decided to play in this game just because Mvia had a bit of low fitness, so I decided to put him ahead, and he got a 9.8 rating and a man of the match. So it kind of made me think, you know, maybe he might not leave in January. I'm not entirely sure, but he said himself he didn't want to be here, so we'll just see how that pans out. Until then, guys, I'll catch you on a little bit. I'm off for a little swim. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.